Good morning. I'm Daryl from Nomad Safaris, and I'm standing beside the Arrow River, and we're traveling this morning from the Arrow to the Shotover towards the Skipper's Canyon. It's all about gold mining, and the Arrow and the Shotover both provided this valley with the gold to fuel the gold rush in the late 1800s. So we'll be driving through the river and then moving towards Skipper's. So let's get going. Well, we've moved up from the Arrow River and we're moving now towards the Skipper's Saddle. But before we go over there, we can see down there in the corner Queenstown and Lake Wakatipu. And in front of me over there are the remarkable mountains, 2,200 meters of beauty, and the ski field in the valley there. In this corner is the Gorge, which is the home of the first bungee jumping area in the world. And then to the left is the Arrowtown and the Arrow River that we drove over early this morning. And as we move up here, we come back to the Skipper's Saddle. We were about to head over to the Skipper's Canyon. So this is the Welcome Home Hotel, which was the first stop that the carriages made when they came down the Skipper's Road. And we've come down that just now, and you can see how amazing the canyon is. But it's even more amazing that carriages used to come down that road in the time of the gold rush. And this, the Welcome Home Hotel, was the first place that the carriages stopped for the people to come and have something to drink and eat. And we're going to head now straight ahead towards the Shotover River and ultimately the township of Skippers. So we've come down the Skipper's Canyon, and here is the large Shotover River, the most important river in our valley for gold and one of the most important rivers in the world for gold during the gold rush. And Skipper's Canyon leads to the Skipper's Township up here, but over here to my right is the Skipper's Canyon jet launching area, because the Skipper's Canyon jet goes up the river here. And going down the river, normally we would see lots of rafting boats, and they would head off rafting down the Shotover River towards Queenstown. But now we're heading off to do some gold panning. Well, every time we come to the Skippers, we come down to the river, the Shotover River here, and we try our hand at getting some of that gold out of the river using these gold pans. It requires a little bit of shaking and some water and a little bit of technique. But if you're lucky, you might find a gold nugget, like I have. Well, we're moving along the Skipper's Canyon towards the Skipper's Township, which you can see to the right where those white picket fences are. That's where we're headed. And the bridge that we're about to cross is down there in the valley. But over to the left here, there's a very good snapshot of the gold mining that was carried out here during the height of the gold rush in the late 1800s, using high pressure water sprayed over those riverbanks. And the gold was got in that way. And then further down to the left, you can see in the distance the pipeline bungee location, which is one of our premier locations for bungeeing in New Zealand. It's a sport that we specialise in. So off we go towards the Skippers Township, the ruined ghost town of Skippers. Well, we've come down to our destination. The Skippers Bridge we crossed is directly over there, and the view we had over the gold mining area is up there on the point there. And we've come to what used to be the centre of the old ghost town, the Skippers Gold Town. And behind me is what's left of the schoolhouse, which was the centre of the community in those days. And we can go inside the schoolhouse and look at what the school children used to see. I'm sitting now in the main schoolroom of the Skippers School. The building was built in the very early 1880s, and it's divided into two parts. This is the classroom, and behind me is the area where the school teacher lived. But the building's big, and it gives you an idea of the size of the community in the height of the gold rush in the 1880s and 1890s.